Hey guys, good morning. So this week we are going to continue looking into Frankenstein. We're going to be talking about Romanticism, the period in which Frankenstein was written. You guys have watched some things on Mary Shelley last week. And about Frankenstein, you have researched the impact that Frankenstein has had in our culture. So this week we're going to look at a PowerPoint of some information. Just some of it is review of things that you might have had videos on last week that touched on, and some of it might be new information, but you can take notes as needed, and I'm waiting on the PowerPoint to open. So just give me just a second. If you are having any questions, please feel free to email me, ask me, message me in Google Classroom. And again, I would really like for you guys to take advantage of the tutoring time. I have no seniors that are coming to see me. So I think I have one actually that's coming to, or that came last week, but sorry, I'm making the video ahead of time. Anyway, please take advantage of that and let me help you. I do not want to see anybody fail because you didn't reach out. I don't bite. So if you need to come, please come. So let's go through this together. Sorry. I'm slow. All right. All right, so today we're going to talk about Frankenstein. Some of this you looked at last week in the videos and the assignments that you had to do, some articles that you read, but we're going to go over it as partly review, and some of it is new information. So Frankenstein. Frankenstein doesn't actually come from the monster. It's Victor Frankenstein, who was the scientist, who was the guy that created Frankenstein, the monster. So last week you did a research project on Frankenstein and the impact that he's had on our culture, on like monster culture. And some of these might be images that you saw last week. We're not going to do that description thing. So Frankenstein has lots of cartoons and movies and TV shows. Some of you guys looked up some really great examples of that last week. So it has had a great impact on the monster culture in our society. That's a film that was had. So the film that we get a lot of our images of Frankenstein from was the 1931 film Frankenstein. And in the film, a mad scientist creates a creature with little intelligence who rages against humanity. There are actually over 100 films about Frankenstein in our culture. It has been used to sell merchandise. Some of you may have eaten this cereal before. So Mary Shelley's original subtitle for Frankenstein was the modern Prometheus. And in Greek mythology, the Titan, Prometheus, stole fire from the sun and he gave it to humanity. This angered Zeus, who did not want humans to control fire. He felt like that the gods should have control over that. So Prometheus was punished by being chained to a lake while an eagle would feast on his liver. The Prometheus myth has become a metaphor of what happens when humans get a hold of something they cannot control, and it goes beyond their ability to be able to control it. So the reason that she named Frankenstein the modern Prometheus is because Victor Frankenstein created this this monster. He was trying to take electricity to be able to bring people back from the dead, and what happened was it became something he could no longer control. All right, so Mary Shelley originally published Frankenstein in 1818 when she was 19 years old. It was during the Romantic literary period. It is considered Gothic science fiction. So if you've seen architecture with like the gargoyles, and if you've ever been to Duke's campus, then it's Gothic. I'm sorry, Gothic architecture, and so that happened during the time period that she wrote this novel. So it's a epistolary. It's a novel of letters. There are three narrators in the novel. We'll talk about that more in a minute. So the setting is the 18th century. It happened in the Geneva, Swiss Alps, or it also happened in like the northern Arctic. And then the protagonist or the main character is Victor Frankenstein, and the antagonist or who he kind of fights against is the creature or the monster. Okay, so some things that are touched on, themes that are touched on in the novel: the use of knowledge for good and evil, the invasion of technology into modern life, treatment of the poor, uneducated, the power of nature in the face of unnatural events, and then we've got man versus nature and nature versus nurture as well. Okay, so it was influenced by the Romantic period. This time period was a time whenever scientists were discovering all these things and seeing what they could learn new, same as now. But some of the things that they were investigating was life after death, being able to take cells and manipulate them and make them come to life. Those were things that scientists were looking into during her time period. So it was influenced by her own life. Her mother was a feminist, not like modern day angry feminist, but like feminist who believed that women could do things that men could do, that women had ideas and thoughts and should be celebrated as being smart on their own. Um, Hold on one second. And give me one second, guys.